file that paperwork as soon as possible, and just so we're clear, I want trust for both Spencer and Elizabeth's child, okay?
Speaking as your attorney, that shouldn't be a problem.
And speaking as my aunt?
I tell you to take the paper, walk it over to the fireplace, throw it in there and burn it. Because the road to hell is paved with good intentions, especially if you're a Cassadine. By drawing up these papers, you are making both Elizabeth's baby and Spencer targets for Helena.
Well, that wasn't too bad. It's a simple procedure. Simple. Oh, that's a funny word. Done a pretty good job of complicating everything in my life. Did you get a sample from Nikolas and Lucky?
In a few short days, you'll know who the father of your baby is.
Helena will most certainly interpret these trusts as a challenge.
Well, she's already drooling over the possibility of a Cassadine heir. Whatever I do or don't do really has no effect.
One can only hope.
Besides, you have assured me that those documents are sealed and confidential, and that there's no way she'll ever find them.
She's like the watcher in the water. She sees all.
What?
Oh, sorry. Molly's reading Lord of the Rings. It's this monster from Middle-earth, and it's this big, ugly, creepy thing with all these tentacles and big black beady eyes.
Well, somehow I think that Helena would take offense to that comparison.
How do you think the monster would feel? Look, if it happens in our family, trust me, she will find out about it.
Whatever. If Spencer and Elizabeth's child have financial independence, they don't have to rely on the Cassadine fortune, that's one less thing she can hang over them.
And one more thing she can use to gain control and use it as a tool of manipulation.
Well, what are you suggesting? That I don't do anything?
I think what you're doing is admirable.
Yet you question my motives.
Not all of them, just the one where you're hoping this will endear you to Elizabeth.
How'd it go? Well, Kelly made it easy. The hard part was just being here. Didn't know after everything that's happened if I'd be able to face everyone again.
Oh, everybody here loves you.
It's true. They're passing this ginormous card around for you.
Oh.
Really, it's this big. I think it's still stuck in radiology.
Wait until you see what I wrote.
Of course, Patrick gave her grief.
And you know how that turned out.
I'm sorry I missed that.
Well, you take your time and you get well, okay? This will all be here for you when you get back.
I can't even think about work right now. The only thing on my mind is getting the results back from that paternity test and telling Nikolas and Lucky.
Lucky's made it very clear, no matter who the father is, he and Elizabeth are finished.
Does Elizabeth agree?
I know that she's struggling with it. I mean, you know, she's always been Lucky's girl. And I'm sure that's a hard thing for her to let go of. I do know that what I feel for her is real.
And what does Elizabeth feel?
I don't know. I'm not sure that she really knows right now. That's probably part of the reason why she's in Shady Brooks, is trying to sort through everything that's happened and gain some clarity. I'm going to give her the time and space that she needs, because I feel like what she and I could have together is worth waiting for.
Nikolas, I'm probably the last person that should be giving advice about love. Just ask my children. But in my experience, typically what starts out badly rarely ends well.
Look, the way I handled my feelings for Elizabeth, it was wrong. I admit that. And if I could do it all over again, I would have told Lucky from the very beginning what was happening. But all the lies and deceptions do not mean that my love for Elizabeth isn't real.
Thank you for taking me to the hospital. Having Nikolas and Lucky hovering over me was just... I mean, I know they mean well, but you know.
Yes, you need time to figure out where you stand.
Exactly. Nikolas brought Cameron and Jake by yesterday. Broke my heart to see him. Made me feel like such a bad mom.
Well, I went over to Audrey's while you were in Kelly, and Cam and Jake wanted me to give you these.
Oh my God. Thank you so much. Look at him. Oh.
see, they think you're a pretty great mom.
Thank you. Till I find out who the father is, I feel like my life is on hold. That's why I just needed to get this paternity test done so soon. I just need to find out and move on.
You want this baby to be yours.
Yes, I do.
Okay, so what if it's Lucky's?
Won't change how I feel about Elizabeth.
It might change how Lucky feels about Elizabeth.
Look, the history between them is what has kept them together for so long, right? And Lucky, well, he says that he's let that go. And none of that matters, because Elizabeth is committed to one thing right now, and that's taking care of her children. That's it.
And you want this child to be yours because if that's the case...
because maybe it could be a bridge to bring us together. I don't know. Look at you and Sonny.
What?
Well, I know you don't have a romantic involvement with him, but you do share Christina, right? And even with all your differences, you've been able to peacefully coexist together.
Listen to me. Sonny and I are not a situation to emulate on any level.
Maybe not. But your relationship has, at the very least, evolved to the point to where you can defend him against murder charges.
Oh, you heard about that?
Yeah, I did. Despite my tendency to be mired in my own drama, I still feel a responsibility to look out for the people that I love. 6 months ago, Molly came out here to remind me of that.
Is a
What?
perfect example. Rick and I barely speak to each other.
The bottom line, if Elizabeth's child ends up to be mine, we'll be in each other's lives forever. And I don't know, maybe, hopefully, when some time has passed, she'll see that we can be good together. Hi, have you seen Elizabeth? She's made it very clear that she didn't want me or Lucky hanging around. I just don't want to pressure her, so
So what are you doing here?
I'll have a board meeting.
Well, Elizabeth's come and gone. If you want any more details than that, you need to talk to Dr. Scopio. She's the one that took her to Shady Brook.
Okay. Hey, she just said that you took Elizabeth back to Shady Brook. How is she?
She doesn't give herself enough credit.
Well, thank you for taking care of her.
Of course. Wait, hold on. Do you have a second?
Yeah, of course.
I just wanted to apologize to you. You confided in me a long time ago about how you felt about Elizabeth, and I should have encouraged you to be honest.
That was for me to figure out, not you. I regret that I didn't.
Yeah, but we all need a wake-up call. People who will help us see the facts, and I should have been there.
No. You did what any friend would do. You just listened to me. You didn't judge me. Elizabeth is very fortunate to have you in her corner.
Well, I'm in your corner, too. Elizabeth feels like she's ruined her relationship with you and Lucky, both devastating losses to her.
Well, she hasn't lost me.
Unfortunately, she may not be able to accept your help. The only thing on her mind is just finding out who's the baby's father.
I would.